listening to it like every night. Maybe not on weekends because I used to go out a lot. Come home at 4 or something. But yeah, ever since then it has always been something of my routine that I've always, I don't know, thought I could also do. And now here I am, just doing it, which feels great. To be honest, I have no idea where this will take me, but this is what's exciting about it. It's just like throwing a bottle into the ocean and see where it goes. So I thought that this video, instead of just talking about me and who I am and what's going on, I mean, let's get to what's going on actually. And also maybe wait, just better with like this. What is going on is that I just broke up with my boyfriend, and I want to talk about it. I feel like this is something that can also help me to just talk about it, even though I already see a therapist and I'm seeing him just like few hours ago, like 3 hours ago now, and I feel like it's good to tell your story. It will help me, but I also think most people will relate to this feeling and to this time that is very difficult. And that, to be honest, yesterday I didn't think I would get through. Right now there are moments in the day that I'm just like, will I survive this, you know? So in this difficult time, I'm finding myself wanting to express myself and do it also in this kind of artistic way that is ASMR. And yeah, like maybe this is the start of me finding my voice and getting into something else, something new, something that I will like, or maybe not. But we're here for it. We're here to try. We're here to do new things, and that's what I also feel like it's a good time in my life to get myself into those things. You know, those things that you tell yourself that you have time to do and that you will do eventually, but you never really. So this is something that echoed in my relationship, because it's probably wrong to just start talking about this like that, but I think I was kind of like passive in the relationship and my boyfriend was like carrying it all. And it's something that I regret very deeply. I still don't quite know where that is from. Even if I got some idea recently, hopefully thanks to TikTok. TikTok has been like a side therapy, I don't know, because there's a lot of like funny videos, obviously, but throughout all of this you can find some like very nice things about like therapists talking, or just, you know, finding things about how we live today and what's going on also in our head and our minds. And I mean, how society is living right now and how, you know, we are shaped into what we do every day and resonates, everything you say. So you gotta be aware of that. You gotta have conscious of that, and I have little to no conscious of myself. It's very bad because I'm an avoidant, you know. So I've learned a lot in my relationship about myself and how a relationship can work, I guess. Even though I cannot make one work. And I know what I'm about to say will make me cry, so I'm not sure I want to say it. But at least right now it feels like I've let the men of my life run away. I mean, not run away, but I let the relationship down. I failed. And I take full responsibility for it, even though, as we both said in the most beautiful way, that we're both responsible for the dynamic that we created together. Like, that's for sure. I'm not gonna maybe go into all the details because things are just about us, and obviously I don't want to like talk shit, sorry, talk ass about him. Or is that no, that's not the point. The thing is that we broke up telling each other that we still love each other. I never, you know, before this relationship, first of all, before this relationship, I only had one that was like 9 years ago. I mean, one that I will consider as a relationship, like something meaningful. Because obviously it was my first relationship. I was like 20, and it lasted 1 year, like a full year. Even though like the first 3 months he was like so broken up from his ex-boyfriend that he was like, we are just sex friends, Clement. So I'm like, and I think back then I took the challenge, you know. I was like, I'm gonna make him mine. When I got him, well, obviously things changed, and we had the honeymoon phase, and then things got like up and downs, but still. And we were young, to be honest. I mean, sometimes I don't like when people say we were young. Because whatever, you are still like, you still have a brain to think. So, but yeah, back then, obviously 10 years ago, like, I cannot say that right now with the wisdom that I have, I would have done the same things. And I love that, the fact that in this relationship that just ended, I didn't do these mistakes, you know. I thought, but the thing is that I thought since I did them in my first relationship, there wouldn't be any other one. How wrong was that? How wrong. There are so many other things to discover about it. And how you can just manage a relationship. There's you, there's me, and there's us. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, like, the breakup. I mean, the breakup was very sad. I mean, the moment that everything happened, it was like a tsunami. So we live apart from each other, long distance relationship. As I live in Paris, he lives in Milan, and sorry if you're also watching this video. I just got a surgery on my neck, so I'm having this band-aid it also like made it like stronger, to be honest. It was amazing how we managed the long distance. We would see each other every 3 weeks, so it's not just even like once a month. Sometimes it would be twice. And just so you know, I don't know if I said it, but it lasted 8 months, almost 9. So 8 full months of back and forth Paris and Milan. I loved it, even though I prefer Paris, but that will be for another video when I can just talk about my love for Paris and my relationship with Paris. Which is honestly my other love in life that I will never lose, and that's beautiful. But what was beautiful was also our relationship and how we kept it. But with a lot of challenges, a lot of adjustments, and I was just not. I mean, it's not that I wasn't ready for that. I am seeing the positive. Obviously, I am thinking about it. It's the only thing that I need to keep, and those good memories that will also shape me into my future self. So yeah, sorry I missed when I was talking, because I think I was talking about like the long distance. And yeah, I remember like him saying at the end, I mean, when we saw each other again, that it wasn't even the long distance the problem. This was a non-problem. It was as if we lived in the same city. And yes, all of our friends would even say so, because when they will ask, like, it looks like you're always together on your stories. Like yes, yeah, every 3 weeks is always like, it's just like we get back to our place, we work a little bit, and then we see each other. Like, so, wow, you know. And so the kind of like the day that we broke up like happened 3 weeks ago, but we saw each other like this weekend. He came to Paris as he had to come for Fashion Week, and so when we saw each other, like, we were together for like 2 hours, and it was both sorry, the saddest and the most beautiful moment that I ever experienced in my life. Never thought I could experience something so sad and so beautiful at the same time. It was at the image of our relationship. We ended things in such a beautiful way, just like our relationship. So it was just beautiful. We cried for 2 hours together. I believe we like grieved the good memories, but also as it's a thing, you know, to grieve all the things that you thought you were going to live together. So, you know, back 3 weeks ago, when was the breakup that I'm not going to elaborate, let's just say happened, immediately, like, the next day I was like, no, this isn't right. So I wrote him a letter. I say it's a letter, but it was really an email. But if it would have been a letter, it would be like a 9-page letter, you know. But it took me like, and this is also one of the things that, you know, he was so conscious of himself, so anchored, I guess. Like, he was, I mean, he would probably hate me for saying this, but he was this fierce version of himself all the time. He was one, and so I would always trust him. And I'm sorry because I'm losing myself once more here. But yeah, so I want to say like he put everything to he put all the pieces of the puzzle together when we broke up. Like he said all the things that had to be said, but me on the phone, I couldn't, like, it's an us, I'm an avoid, I'm like, I don't see things right now, so it took me like 2 weeks to write him all of this. 9 pages, of course, it took me a long time, but it was like, everything I would think about something during the day, I would write it down, and I was like, and then there will be like the whole work of putting it together, and like, having a plan and to like talk about all the things and make it like it's really aligned and I'm saying everything and so it took me 2 weeks and finally I sent it and when we saw each other back in real he said that he would answer to me, so I'm not waiting right now. I'm just like, I didn't think he would do that, but he said like out of respect and out of love for you I have to answer to that, so I don't know in what timing he will do this, but it's not like I'm waiting for it. It's like, it's gonna be like, and I think, of course it's gonna be hard for him. Sorry, I'm kind of thirsty, guys. I hope it's not like a bad sound that you're listening to. I don't know for how long I've been talking already. Just check. Okay. So yeah, it was. Anyway, what else can I say about it? Sorry, I'm just a bit lost. It was like 8 months, super intense, because we had this luck of seeing each other so much and not having this. I mean, we would miss each other so much, even 3 weeks, but it made us like connect more, to be honest, because we would be on the phone every night, which I think is people that living in the same city don't have, because it's like maybe you just know you're gonna see him in 3 days, so it's hard. You're just living your life and then you meet in 3 days, so you tell him everything and whatever. While we would call each other every night. And in the beginning, I will tell you guys that it wasn't my cup of tea. No. He knew that we had like to fix a little bit this. He had like to explain to me that the relationship needed that. Then either you are aware of that and you accept that and you believe in that, or you don't. And to be honest, it became a non-problem as well. It was like I was happy to call him every day in the end, but I will say that maybe as something that I already told you, and wow, I'm being so vulnerable right now. But as I'm doing this, I'm just talking to myself, but probably some people will hear what I'm saying. Anyway, since I don't have like this conscious of myself and being so avoidant, there will be all this work that I wouldn't do with myself that he was looking for in someone, in his partner. So that was most of our problem, was that I wasn't that present in the relationship. I mean, at least not as he wanted me to, as he wanted his partner to be. So, the time that we broke up was kind of like a rough week accepting you for what you were. Yes, and then I have to do work telling myself that then he's just not for me. So, and I'm not for him, obviously, and this is what hurts most. To realize that. But, well, to go back to like the calls, like something that I think I've linked those pieces together was like, I was such in the moment of my life. Also, personally, that was like, I had to do a lot of thinking about what I want to do next, especially like in terms of work. Even though I found it and I'm happy about it, I don't know, it was a time for me to reflect because I had time, but I didn't do it. And also, I think one of the reasons I didn't do it is something that I saw on a TikTok video, is the fact that right now we are just like so caught into being overstimulated that we've lost joy in doing things, even things that we like it's not coming through. Like, we need to push ourselves into like have the most, like enjoy the most everything, and being overstimulated, especially like I for myself is TikTok and Instagram. To be honest, I was in a period of my life with no job, and that's what I'm talking about to you about, guys. The fact that with all that time, it's not that I would be scrolling all day, but imagine 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. At the end of the day, I was at 6 hours, on screen time. So, of course, I would work out, I would, do my things, but it wouldn't be right. And I think, in a way, like calling each other every day, every night, it would put me in this kind of routine of just talking about my day. Done. When, obviously, for me, I think I should have been like thinking about a lot of things to grow, just to put myself like okay, like, what do you like in life? What is that you want? What future do you see yourself into? Like, I mean, there's just a few questions, but like also to like, like teach myself how to think and how to be curious about myself and about so many other things. And for that, right now I'm starting a routine in which like ASMR is one of the things that I am going to develop for myself, and to just, because also as a result I put like wait, how to say that in English? A limit, sorry, yeah, on my apps, mostly on just like social media. But yeah, the problem is really like Instagram and TikTok. And when I did that, at the same time I was like, wait, I'm gonna have so much time. Like, I can like focus on things. I mean, and I need to focus on things, like, and doing them for like 1 or 2 hours. Just like, I was like, just pick a hobby, do something that you wanted to do for a long time, and just do it. And this is obviously something that my boyfriend would do and would push me to do. So right now I'm just doing it for myself. And I'm in this moment when Aslana sang, I'm on my own again. I'm on my own again. And at the same time, it sucks because there's some moments of the day where I'm like, okay, I'm single. always do it for myself. But then I'm like, even if I was doing it for myself, I would tell him about it. It would be something. And now I am fully 100% doing it just for myself. I'm just like, so it's like obviously there's the kind of little depression that comes after a breakup when you're like, but why am I doing this? Why again? And my best friend told me a sentence that is echoing me a lot right now. That is, you will lose him, but you will gain yourself. Or you will win yourself. I'm not sure how you can just say correctly in English, but yeah, winning yourself sounds a bit better, but and I'm like, yeah. Like, so I had, like, my therapy history is like, I started one, like, on this third month that we were dating, because he had been seeing one for 6 years, and I was like, oh, and well, if you don't know yet, but I also studied that, but the thing that I would see in him that I needed, so, and it was unconscious for sure, was the growth that he would get me into, and like he would be this drive for me, and I think for him, so it's like when you say that opposites attracts, we were not opposites, we were very compatible, we thought about the same things, but we were different, and he was more like a pusher, and I would be like more like shy and just obviously avoidant, distant, and a bit like with my feelings, but not even knowing about my feelings. Hopefully now I am much more aware of that, but he would see in myself like this calmness that he couldn't find for himself, so we both taught that to each other, and it was just beautiful. We could have gone a long way with this, but this is where like he immediately kind of just got it from me when it took me so much time, and it was a good thing that he said, like, I don't blame you, Clement, it's just like we are in a different moment of our lives, and I also linked that to my Saturn return. Yes, guys, because I'm fully in it, and it's supposed to end in January, so there's still like 4 months to go. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3, 4, something like that. So, sorry. So I'm sorry because I don't remember where I was, but yeah. Also, one thing that I really didn't know that I would get myself into, So before that, yeah, I would always tell my friends, I would be like, because sometimes you would hear this sentence saying that it was the right person, but not the right time. And I never thought I would be myself a little bit like caught up in this sentence, in this situation. I still don't know what to think about that right now, because I've been like I've been convinced that he's the one for me, and maybe one day we will meet again, and whatever. He has always dreamt about living in Paris, so wow, maybe one day he will live here, and on this day I will be like someone else. I'll have grown, was so much kindness between us. So right now, I don't know what to think about this sentence because I was convinced that it could never happen because life is so short that when you meet the right one, it will work. It will just work. And I also should have known that since I was like very green on relationships, it would be hard. I deep down, I thought that since I had like a 9 year of nothing, just like flings, but it's not with flings that you grow up. It's in real relationships. And when I met him, I was like, oh my god, I'm so new to this. It's almost like I'm a virgin because it happened. My last one was like 9 years ago, and I was just like so young and making dumb mistakes that even though it was a nice first one to just do all this shit, do all this S, but I knew it was enough, but I still went for it because I think in the beginning I was like, maybe even if it doesn't work. No, I couldn't say that to myself in the beginning. I was willing to do everything for it to work because obviously there's the physical attraction because he was a hottie. And he still is, obviously, but which is something that is very important for me. But there was all the other things, all the signs, all the connections that we could do about our lives. It's someone that you meet just once in a lifetime. That is for sure. So yeah, this is where I'm at now. And there's also there's this other sentence. Not about we love each other but cannot be together. This other one, like, we love each other but we cannot be together. This is so fatal. Like, it's wow. Like Romeo and Juliet, like dramatic. When I told my mom, like, when we saw each other back, we cried for 2 hours. She was like, oh my god, you guys are so romantic. That's from her point of view, yeah, But yeah, that would have been like a good scene in a movie. For sure. Oh my god, the moment we just split. We hold into each other's arms like so tight. I'm just telling you, it was sad and beautiful. It was, and I've been thinking. I sometimes write poems, and I also like to read about it, mostly about Lannis. I'm a Lana fan, very big Lana fan. So was he. So easy. I don't know if I should talk about him in the past. No, I don't think so. That's why I'm correcting myself. But yeah, in the end, we at least will meet again, like to try maybe to be friends. Just after maybe a like long no contact time. And yeah, I'm trying to like maybe find a conclusion to that. But I think that I'm just at the beginning of this journey of transforming my relationship. As maybe I will transform it with him into a friendship. And hopefully for me, I will transform it into growth, into a very nice because you know what? There's nothing wrong with not knowing exactly where you're going. That's my saying. His saying wouldn't be the same though. But I think there's nothing wrong. And there's nothing wrong with just like going with the flow. Don't like the sentence, but you get me when I say that. And in this I mean to say that just be yourself. I'm just kidding. No, it's wrong to just say that, to finish with that, but I'm happy that I lived this relationship, because oh my god, if I haven't lived it, I wouldn't be here today. Maybe I wouldn't, everything happens for a reason, as we always say, and you are the master of your destiny. We're the masters of our own fate. We're the captains of our own soul. Thanks, Lana. Like, what I'm thinking right now, what is going on right now in my head is like, you can be whoever you want to be, Klima. You can do whatever you want to do, Klima. Not versus the fact that I was in a relationship, so I had to think for two. Not at all. Because we could do everything. I mean, I could have started ASMR in the relationship. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, what the F? That would have been great. That would have been like actually the best, I would just put myself out there and do things. But I didn't. But, well, that's not the point. All I'm saying is that it's also giving me a momentum to losing him, so that I can just open my eyes and really see what maybe is missing in my life and whatever. But yeah, wait, I'm sorry. I just remembered that I didn't went through the therapy thing, my therapist, and my therapy history. So I started. Oh my god, this is so messy, but I'll try to do better next time. I started so 3 months after the beginning of our relationship, and I did it for like 6 months with the same one. So therapist number 1, which was like, I now I see it, and as I told him, it was like the best to start. And for that I'm happy, but it wasn't what I was looking for anymore. And on the last week that we were together, he also said to me, like, but are you really like going somewhere with your therapist? Is there something going on? And I was like, you know what? I was also thinking that myself, that it's going slowly. But no, it's not even like that. It's just like, it's not kind of going anywhere. And the way that he used to be was like not talking at all, not putting me in another track if I had to or whatever. He was not really helping. But this is a way to do, and it got me into thinking about a lot of things. Though it was like, as I said, like a great start, but I needed more. I needed someone like who would be more participative, like But no, today, like, of course I told him I like the full breakup and me seeing my boyfriend for the last time, and also digging into like starting to talk about my childhood. But and I felt great getting out of it, which is not something that I would always feel with the first one. But I imagine that there will be like sessions with nothing, or just be like, and other like bigger sessions with like. But as of right now, I'm seeing this more like every session is getting me there a little bit by bit. You know, it's yes, like go, like. While the other ones was it's just like up and downs, and at the end I would just like talk about what happened this week. So right now I cannot really be into this situation since I'm seeing like 2 or 3 times a month, like not every week, because I cannot afford it. So it's a bit on and off sometimes, but and so we are so much at the beginning that I am not talking to him about my weeks for now. I'm just like starting with my whole story, and I also translated like the letter that I wrote to my boyfriend in French, so that we would, and I like highlighted things that I want to develop because I think they're like good starting points into me, my childhood, and how I got there, like how it shaped me to be the person that I am today, and how being who I am shaped the relationship and the dynamic. So this is like, I'm yes, a little bit excited about it because it will get me out of my comfort zone, and that's one of my goals in life, also to get out of my comfort zone and just feel like more free, even though there's nothing wrong with being who I am. But we all have potential, we can all do better things and greater things, and in the end, what are we here for, you know? I would always say like having a good time, and I would always also say, this was a saying of mine, and it still is, it's like, I am not losing my time if I'm either learning something or having fun. If I wouldn't be doing one of those two, then I would be losing my time. You know what I mean? So every time maybe that I would be in like an experience, a situation that I wouldn't feel good, I would still tell myself like, okay, but still, it's an experience. It's something that to think of, something that will lead me to something else. We don't know. But yeah, so far so good. Like, this is how I would see my time. Like, if I'm not doing one of those two things, then I'm a bit like losing my time. I'm like, what am I doing here? Because at work, I think I was learning every day, you know? I mean, maybe this is what I'm telling myself, lying to myself. This is why, and this is how it got me into working at the same place for 6 years, which is not very common, I think, in our society, and especially when you are my age. Like, obviously it was another generation before who they would do like their whole life in the same company, but not here, not today, not in this time. But you need like, and so also this got me into this thing like where I would just get comfortable and stay in the same place, in the same position, the same situation all over again, not putting myself out there, not trying to change things, not seeing that this one little thing can switch to other little thing, and can flip this other little things, and can just like light up this other situation. I don't know if you heard worse, and I was so much worse before. I mean, yeah, it would never be like pathological, like very like, ugh, like I couldn't see anyone or something, but it was still, and it's still like, and oh my god, if I start, maybe that's for another time. The reason why I'm shy, but yeah, I guess so, because that's more personal and it's not linked to the relationship, even though that could be something that, not that he didn't like about me, but that would get him into like this thing where he would see himself back years before, and he would obviously, which I understand, would want to just shake me and get me into like this, like the love language that I had for me, that he was pushing me. So, which is something that I understand, because now I'm seeing it all, and I was seeing it during the relationship too. Sorry, but I reconnected with some of my friends that are like maybe shyer than me, that are just like that, you know, that I met like years and years ago, and I would be like, oh, like me versus them, like how I progressed, you know, and this was just like because I put myself in other situations, like new situations that I didn't before, and they didn't, like they never had these situations where they could grow. So let me end with that. It's in discomfort that you get the most growth. Is that in English? I don't know, but it's thanks to the discomfort that you grow the most. For sure, if you didn't know that. And that's why, yeah, you will see. I am putting myself in a new situation this week. First with ASMR, but also with something else that will go on. That's going on. Like, you'll see. Or maybe you won't, but yeah. So I'm happy about it, and it's a long journey for sure, and I hope that maybe with this video and following ones, if they happen, I can just inspire some people, because that's also what this is about. Anyway, so my time here is up. Our time here. I want to thank you all if you have been listening to me for now more than 50 minutes, because that's a lot.